Welcome, everybody, to the Patrick Carr Show. Got a great Thursday episode for you here today. Got a real treat for you. Got a lot of stuff to cover. It doesn't matter if you are living in Florida or you're watching us from all the way across the country. We're going to have some great stuff that's going to entertain you today. But I will say this, Anthony, we got Anthony behind the camera per normal. So he'll be chiming in. We're going to get a camera on this guy one day.
One day.
I'm telling you, we're going to get a camera on him because we need to, but you'll see Anthony piping in from here to there. But we got a list of stories, and, Anthony, we've got to start with story number one, which is, of course, one that we have gotten an immense amount of feedback from yesterday's show. Folks, if you were not a part of yesterday's show, we did a story regarding Millie Ortiz, a 92-year-old woman that 5 months ago to the day was on her way home from bingo. She was a passenger in a vehicle. She was struck at an intersection by a marked OPD vehicle, and she was killed. Now, the initial investigation from OPD found that the officer was at fault, that lights were not being used, that the vehicle that Miss Millie Ortiz was in had the right-of-way, had a green light. And there was fault with the officer, quote, fault. And there was a mechanical malfunction with the vehicle. However, let me back that up. Not a mechanical function with the vehicle at that time. So they say at the time, though, officer at fault. Now, we're 5 months later, everybody. And here's what we get on record. Nothing. OPD's own preliminary crash report said the officer's emergency lights were off. The Jeep had a green light. The officer's at fault. And then on June 5th, the state attorney declines to file charges, saying they couldn't prove reckless disregard, noting that the cruiser's lights may have suffered a mechanical failure. And it had a documented history of problems. The worst thing about this story, everybody, is that OPD has done its own internal investigation and given us nothing for 5 months. I want you to imagine that if you're the family of Millie Ortiz right now, that your grandmother or mother is killed tragically in an accident. At the actual accident scene, they say, you know what? The officer was at fault. There's nothing that they did wrong. And then 5 months later, after an internal investigation, you get nothing from the police department. And then you get the state attorney to come out and say, you know what? We're not going to release anything, but we're just going to say we couldn't prove reckless disregard. So everybody goes about their business. Would you not think something's wrong? Would you not think there might be a little bit of corruption that might be going on here? 5 months, everybody. OPD had opened 2 investigations back in January, one on the law, one on whether the officer followed department policy. 2 investigations. Zero results so far. 5 months later, not one word from OPD. Now, we have seen local news outlets, at least one. I want to give this man credit. What's his name over here? I want to give this man some credit here. Let me talk. Let me figure this guy out. What's his name? Justin? You found that article, right?
Yeah.
Justin Schecker?
Let's see.
I want to give this man a little bit of credit. A gentleman by the name of Justin tries to go out and get some answers from OPD, from Chief Smith, about why it takes 5 months for an internal investigation on a car crash where a woman died. And we can't get that. We have a state attorney that won't even give answers to a family when it is documented that people were at the scene, the cruiser's lights were off and were malfunctioning. The person who died had the right-of-way and had a green light and did nothing wrong. It's a 92-year-old woman coming home from bingo, and we can't get an answer from OPD. We can't, on a 5-month investigation, a family can't get any answers. That family can't get answers from OPD. They can't get answers from the state attorney. Nobody knows what happened, and there's nobody who has paid any consequences whatsoever. To say this is unacceptable would be the understatement of the century. This is just a disregard for people, for just general humanity. 5 months? What are we doing? Let me tell you what. If you watch this show, if you have ever gotten value from my content, I beg of you to put a comment below and say, hold OPD accountable. Somebody needs to. Wesh 2, Fox, I don't know, all of them. What we got? Wesh, Fox, WFTV, News 6, Spectrum, Orlando Sentinel. Is somebody going to hold these people accountable to an internal affairs review that takes less than 5 months when somebody dies? Is that the level we should expect from our government around here? Who's going to be responsible for this? And if I sound upset, it's because I should be. Imagine if this was your family, everyone. Imagine if somebody in your family died and you can't get an answer from the police department who killed her. Now, I'm not saying it's their fault, but I'm saying that don't we deserve something? Body cam footage, dashboard cam footage. We deserve something from the street view. Anything somebody want to release? Anybody? Does someone want to hold someone accountable around here? Where are you at, Chief Smith? Where are you at, OPD? Is someone want to give this family some answers? Or are we just going to sit back and say this is completely acceptable, that we do a 5-month investigation, release nothing to the family, and then we just get the state attorney going out and saying, sorry, I don't have anything that I can't do further, so we're done and we're over with this thing.
It makes me sick. And honestly, too, the reporter at West 2, we saw the video, and he's like trying to ask the chief of police, hey, what's going on with this? And all he does is he walks away, walks down the hall, and doesn't answer the question.
That's right. West 2 shows up on scene, approaches Chief Smith, walks away. No, not acceptable. Period. You have somebody that has died. You have an officer involved in that death. And then you can't even answer questions. And your internal affairs report, 5 months, and you give us nothing? To give it, for complete clarity, everybody, I can't make this up. A 92-year-old woman on her way home from bingo gets struck by a marked car. People at the scene say the lights were off of the car and it didn't have the right of way. People at the scene, their own report at the scene says the officer was at fault. The woman dies, and then nothing from OPD, nothing from the state for 5 months until the state comes out and says, we can't do anything. And then OPD has nothing for 5 months, and it's still counting from an internal investigation. Anyone want some dashboard cam footage? Anybody want some body cam footage? Can we get a report from witnesses that were at the scene? Can we get the own opinion from maybe Chief Smith or maybe another officer? Like anything? No. Does that family not deserve it? Orlando, if you have ever found value in my content, we have got to hold these people accountable. We deserve an answer, but more importantly, the family deserves an answer. Imagine if this was your loved one, your grandmother, your mother, and then nobody wants to give you a darn answer. And where are our news outlets here in Florida? Aren't you supposed to be doing investigative journalism? Somebody else out there want to put their name on the line? Somebody want to do this? No, nobody? That's where I got a problem. Somebody needs to stick up for this family and say enough is enough. 5 months to look at a crash? You got to be kidding me. Bring it in here. I'll help you all out. I'll look at the crash and I'll go, yep, person ran the light, shouldn't have been there. Lights weren't on. Somebody's at fault here. Am I saying they're criminally at fault? No, I'm not. But I am saying that somebody needs to pay some consequences right now. You don't get to not follow the rules. You don't get to have faulty equipment. You don't get to sit there and for 5 months figure out what you're going to say. You need to come out there and you need to be held accountable. That is what we need, accountability in this area. And you know how many times, Anthony, have I had to do stories about Orange County and Central Florida with zero accountability? I'm sick of it. And you know what, news outlets, all of you out there, Do your job.
It makes me sad
Do your job.
because they're sweeping it under the rug
Damn
with
right they are.
the police. It makes me sad.
Makes me sad for the family. I'm so pissed off, man. You know, I talked about this story this morning, and we've gotten some people that have reached out to us that are very close to this story. I'm just going to say that. And when I talk to them, I think to myself, where are you at, Wesh, Fox, local news outlets? Where are you at, WFTV, News 6? Where are you at, Orlando Sentinel? I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, do you find this to be acceptable that 5 months of time goes by and we just get nothing? That's the level of service, that's the level of transparency that we should expect from our county and city officials? Because if it is, let me tell you what, I mean, we don't have a city that's worth a darn. If that's what we're doing, then it's no wonder our downtown is falling apart like it is. It's no wonder that nobody trusts the government around here. I'm so disgusted by this right now because I can't imagine being that family. I'm visibly upset by this one right here, Anthony.
I'll say this. You know what? I think they are doing what they can with the news. They're doing what they can, but I think honestly, the people they need to be accountable for is OPD.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy from Wesh, he did try to get answers, and they're walking away. They're not doing their job, if I'm being honest.
Good point. Good point. Way to hold me in check. So good. You know, right. Good point. Wesh 2, good job. You know, you went out there, guy walks away from you. You can't do much about that. I got it. But these outlets that are not covering this story, it's time to step up. Orlando, it's time to step up. I'm not going to, you think I'm dropping this? You got another thing coming. All right. Now that now that I'm seeing this, you think I'm dropping this? Nah. Here's the difference between me and everybody else. No one pays my bills. I do. So I don't got to worry about some sponsor. I don't got to worry about pissing off OPD. I don't care because somebody needs to be held accountable for what's happening right here. And the only way that we're going to get results is if this community says enough and you comment and you put pressure and you say, we need answers now. That's what we need. I could care less about this whole anything else other than this family getting justice. And justice for me is truth. It's not somebody losing their job. It's not somebody anything like that because there's no proof of that right now. But you need answers you need proof of what happened. I mean, when you have somebody that passes away, it doesn't matter if it's from, it's from life, just, they get older or a tragic accident like this. You want to know what happened. When my father died, I wanted to know what the last day he had was like, right? Yeah. Because you want closure into your family and the people that you love. And when you see something like this, where a family's wishes are being ignored by a community, let me repeat that, are being ignored by OPD, that ain't right. And that's what's happening here, everybody. I could spend all day talking about this in the hopes that someone out there wakes up and says, this ain't right. And we deserve better. And this family deserves better. And I'm not going to stand for this anymore. And if you're a news outlet and you follow me, you're not going to stand for it. 5 months of an internal investigation for a car crash, and we can't get one answer from OPD. Wake up, Orlando. If you don't think that could happen to you, if they're doing it with a 92-year-old grandmother who has died at no fault of her own and we can't get an answer in 5 months, then I got a bridge I can sell you because you are being fooled. And until we hold our elected officials accountable in this city, we are not going to get a darn bit of change, Anthony. And it's only going to come from social pressure from people like you and me and you to hold people accountable for this family and to say no. 5 months for a car crash? Give me an answer. No to the state attorney who says, hey, I'm good. I'm not pressing forward with anything. Okay, well, then show us the proof. And if you do show it to me, Anthony, and I go, oh, well, you know what? It doesn't look like anyone's at fault. That was a tough situation. All right. Looks like maybe the lights were on The cruiser was there. He was parked in the wrong spot, malfunctioned the lights, and they went off. Looks like the police officer is trying to do his job. This is a terrible, unfortunate thing. But now I see what happened, and there's no charges to be pressed, but there is accountability from OPD's side. And if I saw that, then I go, okay, I know what happened. But when you do a 5-month internal investigation and you give us 0 from that investigation in 5 months of a traffic homicide that we're talking about, you can't give an answer in 5 months. How many attorneys have had to look at this thing and say no? How many times have they had to look at this case and go, we're going to give it another day? What are you looking at? What kind of defense are you trying to put up? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a lack of transparency from OPD, who simply just will not give answers. Because I promise, the same thing I said yesterday, Anthony, roll a TV or carry a TV in here or send me the file. We'll put it right up on the big screen. And I promise you, between me and you, I bet it takes us 10 minutes to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think that's a big thing that you mentioned too, transparency. We need to have transparency. Why, if we're wrong, show us, be like, this is what happened. This is why we came to this conclusion of why we did this. But right now, they're just walking away, just trying to sweep it under the rug.
They're literally walking away. Name is Justin, right?
Yeah, Justin.
Shout out, Justin, if you're watching, bro. Good job. Justin goes out there and tried to get that. Justin tried to get a comment. And you know what? Shame on you. Shame on you, OPD. I mean, does a family missing, does a woman's death not get more than just a no comment, see you later? Is life not worth more than that? Is the family, do they not deserve more closure than that? Man, I'll tell you, and you heck, we share an office here, me and Anthony, because we do these things, and Anthony's doing internal content. I'm telling you, if I disappoint a client, all right, Anthony will visibly see me unable to even focus. I will have to walk out here. It ruins if I disappoint a client of ours for marketing and video production, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it visibly shakes me. How are we living with ourselves every day if we've got an investigation like this and we're unwilling, and because at this point you're unwilling to release the findings, not redacted, don't give me that crap. Give me the footage right now. Give it to me. Give the public the footage, but most importantly, give the family the footage that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, Anthony, I'm a lot of things. I make a lot of mistakes in life, and Lord knows I've had, and me and you have talked about them. But one thing I'm not is I'm not a coward, and I'm not going to back down on this one. And I truly hope that the West 2s and Foxes and, News 6s and Orlando Sentinels and all of these across Florida, that you wake up to this one, because something's not right here. Something's not right. And that deserves people to pay attention. What do we need people to do, Anthony? Do we need them to comment on this thing, tag OPD? What do we need, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I feel like I think mainly we just need the community to know, or everyone to know about this story, because we really only found out about it a couple days ago, and now we're trying to do more of it. But I feel like the average person doesn't know because it's getting swept under the rug, and everyone needs to know. And then the more voices we have, the more that OPD can't run away in a hallway and try to hide.
So I think tag them in comments.
Keep tagging them. Keep calling me. Yeah,
well, I'm going to keep calling it. I'll do it until people get tired of my comment, until
We-
people get tired of the content.
I want honestly, I want that press thing going on. I want Eric Smith to go up.
Here. We need a full court press.
I want him to show me videos, be like, this is what happened. This is why. This is what we came to the conclusion.
Enough. You're an attorney. You live in Orlando. You need to share our story. All right. You need to watch our content. You need to share our story in this one. Not for me, who gives a crap. Not for Anthony, anything like that. There is a family out there who has lost somebody that they love, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of people interested in getting down to the truth. And that ain't good with me. So we put this out there. We'll put the short form content out there, but we need people to say, nah, no. We tell us the truth. Whatever that is, give it to us. Not saying we need somebody to be like, there's no like criminal thing. I'm not accusing someone of doing something. What I'm accusing people of is a 5-month investigation on a traffic crash is ridiculous. And when I see that, and any reasonable person in Orlando sees that, or their family sees that, what it is it looks like a cover-up. And you can't look at it in any other way other than that. And so until this community gets behind this family and demands that we get truth here, and that we get an unredacted version of body cam and dash cam footage right now, if we get stuff from the traffic lights, if we get the officer's own report, like, I don't know, any of that stuff would be really nice, don't you think?
100%.
Is that just like the bare minimum that we should expect from our city and local officials? I'd say so. So disappointed on this one.
Yeah.
Really is. And I'm telling you this, I make this promise to the family if they are watching, I will not stop. All right. So I know this, it seems like the family, at least from what I've seen, are good people that are looking for answers to something that they just, whatever reason, keeps getting swept under the rug. We can't let that happen. You got a family that needs answers. And so it looks to me like there's not many people in the news that are very hungry for the truth right now. And so somebody's got to be. And we need Orlando to put pressure on OPD to release their findings in full. No redacted statements or redacted videos. We need it all. And I don't care what that leads to. Nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe all it leads to is a terrible situation where lights just happen to go off. That can happen. All right. Maybe it's a terrible situation. Okay. But at least we know. And what it leads me to believe, man, is if we can't get a straight answer on a traffic accident, what else are we not getting straight answers about?
Definitely. It just makes me sad.
It does make me sad, man. And that's why I want to, and folks, the reason I start off like this and people are like, man, Pat, you're really into it. Oh man, calm down. That kind of stuff. Because I get kind of worked up when this stuff happens. That's just my personality. But I get worked up because I genuinely give a crap. Because I know that if it was my family, if it was a person that I loved, I can't imagine the kind of pain that and just being there and not being able to get a damn answer from anybody. And you sit there and you're like, why can't I get anything from anyone? Why? And you don't know. Mm-hmm. And so you feel probably helpless and you feel like, what the hell am I going to do about it? I'm just one person. I'm going to go against the entire department. And until the city of Orlando, until the people that watch this show and the news and the media outlets that cover this city decide that we're not going to put up with it anymore, that there needs to be transparency, nothing is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And things like this will get swept under the rug because no one's going to put enough pressure on this thing. No one's going to say, hey, listen, I'll be the one to raise my hand and say, no, this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable, everyone. And you should believe the same thing. I don't care if you're a police officer. I don't care if you support the blue. I do too. All right. This has nothing to do with support of police officers or lack thereof. This has to do with transparency. This has to do with, supporting the police and wanting the police in our community to have the best reputation they can have. For knowing that when we have police officers that pull us over, we have police officers that enforce the law, that they do it beyond reproach. That they do it in a way that's meaningful and true, that they serve the community openly and with, like I said, with transparency. Damn.
Yeah.
It's tough on me to leave this one, man. It's tough on me to switch this one off.
Yeah, it makes me sick because they have the answers that we're looking for, but they're just not telling us, they're not showing us.
Yeah.
And that's all that we need. That's all we want.
They have the answers. You're right. They got them. It's sitting there. Release it. What are you doing? Who are you protecting? Mm-hmm. And why? are you protecting them? Why? If somebody made a mistake and it's an honest mistake, you made a mistake. Okay. It happens in life. We all do. Lord knows I've made mistakes. You have, we all have who watch this show. But what we can't do is can't say you made a mistake and therefore it'll look bad on our department. And therefore, well, we need to figure this thing out with attorneys and let's just kind of wait and hope it goes away. No, that time is coming past. 5 months, it's plenty of time. And so I know we have to get off the story, okay, everybody, and I know that if you watch this show, it probably doesn't have something to do with you wherever you are, across the country, but keep this stuff in mind wherever you are. We're in Florida, but this could be anywhere. This could be a story in Georgia or California. It could be in New Mexico. It could be anywhere. Mm-hmm. And when you have local officials that are not being transparent with the public, then you need to say something, because it may not be you today, but it might be you tomorrow. And then you're going to be looking around going, who's going to help me? And that's why I want people to know we should be willing to help one another. And this is a poor reflection on a department that is meant to be there to support and help a community. And I don't like that. And so I hope that we all can get behind each other on this one right here.
Definitely.
Absolutely, brother. I got it now. I do want to move on. And I tell people this because sometimes we have to start the show with something and it's kind of a tough transition, right? I will say this, the rest of our stories are not as serious as this one, because this one is meaningful to both myself and to Anthony, to the team here, because of the response that we've gotten, which I'm going to keep private for right now. The response that we got from the story makes it more meaningful to us. And that means that it means the world to me that people reach out to us like that. And when I get that kind of information, I don't take it lightly. So it's hard, it's hard to kind of switch gears sometimes into something that's less serious. So I hope that everyone who watches, you can understand that, okay, we got that out of the way. There's other news that we need to get to. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now, everyone. Our next story that I want to talk about here today is one that Anthony had sent me over. And I want to talk about what exactly is going on over at our friends at Universal. Right, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Come on now. You like this thing. You go to it, don't you? You go to Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah. Haven't been in a while, but.
When's the last time you went to Halloween Horror Nights?
2022, maybe?
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while for me, too. So Halloween Horror Nights is coming back around the corner, everybody. It seems to come back earlier and earlier, though, doesn't it? This year, Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando is going to run from August the 28th until November the 1st. So it's going to be a long season of horror. And so, just so everyone knows, Orlando Universal has announced that Stranger Things is returning to Halloween Horror Nights for 2026. It rounds out Jack and the Oddfellow Chaos and Control Sinners, based on a hit vampire film that was released earlier this year. Those are the three houses that have been announced. So we've got Stranger Things, Jack and the Oddfellow, and Sinners. So those are the three houses that we're looking at now, August 28th through November the 1st. It is going to be Halloween Horror Nights 35, everybody. And one of the things I want to say is, man, they are running out of scary movies to feature in Halloween Horror Nights. We need another good scary movie. I think you looked it up earlier. What were like the top, horror films of the last 5 years, like top grossing, top horror films? What were they?
It was like Beetlejuice. Megan.
Okay.
Let's see.
I mean, would we even really consider Stranger Things to be horror?
It's kind of.
Suspense, horror?
Yeah, maybe thriller.
Thriller. That'd be a better word, in my opinion, for it. I agree with you. Thriller would be a better word for that. Agreed.
Yeah, there's not too many horror movies. Well, the ones from like the last 5 years have been Alien Romulus.
Okay, Alien. Okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
So Freddy again. Five Nights at Freddy.
Quiet Place 2.
Quiet Place 2.
Sinners. The Nun 2. Beetlejuice. A Quiet Place Day 1. Smile. The Conjuring, and Insidious.
I think Conjuring was part of a previous Halloween Horror Nights. I could be wrong about that one.
Yeah, I think The Conjuring and Insidious
were
two.
both part of it.
And Five Nights at Freddy's, I think it was as well.
Yeah, I mean, but how many Freddy and Jason movies can we come out with here? You know,
Yeah.
eventually it's like we get it. You know, I mean, I would say probably if I had to go back and look at Halloween Horror Nights, I haven't AI'd this, but I would venture a guess of the 35 that they've had or they're having. Let's say they've had 34. Half of them have probably featured some, I don't know, resurrection of Jason or Freddy.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The movies are scary. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we need some new horror flicks.
Yeah.
Best horror movie. So I'm not a horror movie guy, but what do you think the best one is of all time? Best horror movie of all time.
I love The Shining. That's my.
It's a second. It's number 2 for me.
Oh, really?
What's number Shining 1? Is number 2. Okay. My theory on movies is this. You have certain movies that change a genre forever. And you have to be a genre-changing movie to be my number 1. Give you an example before I go into horror. If you look at like comedy, okay? Comedy, Dumb and Dumber changed a genre. Wedding Crashers changed a type of genre for comedy, right? Mm-hmm. You could even say something maybe even like a Superbad. Like there's certain movies that kind of they're the best one, the best example, Wedding Crashers, right? Like it changes the way you kind of look at comedy. There'd been nothing like it before. What do you think?
So with this in mind, can I guess which one it is?
Yeah,
Blair Witch.
No, good guess on that one.
Okay.
Gonna go Saw, the original Saw.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's the thought about that. No one had seen something like Saw because at the end, spoiler alert, the guy, when he wakes up, I was sitting there in the movie like, what the? And then the guy next to me is standing up. We're like, what? It was just like, it was horror, but it was thoughtful, right? And there was so much thought that went into that. Before that, I mean, think about the movies in the 90s that were horror. No thought. Let me give you an example. Scream. Mm-hmm. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I still know what you did last summer. By the way, worst, just the worst title ever. I still know what you did last summer. But I say this because I really think that like Saw changed a genre of film that could be, it turned it from like hacker movie and thriller and suspense into one.
Yeah.
And I think there are rarely movies that come along that are like that. Saw for me was one of them. Like it made me kind of look around when I was unlocking my door. Like, was I going to come up from behind and I was going to be all of a sudden wake up in a pile of, I don't know, snakes or something, like terrible stuff? I didn't know. But I thought that Saw for me was the scariest.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen Saw yet.
What?
I know.
I've ruined it.
No. I kind of knew that ending happened, but I still haven't seen it yet. I've seen Saw 2. But...
Okay. The original is so far ahead of its time.
Yeah, I heard.
Like there was so much to that movie that was depth, because I like those movies like in horror where you have to kind of like how you can understand where the person was coming from, even though they're doing terrible acts.
Yeah.
So this guy, the main character, is doing all these awful things to people, but what he's trying to do is to get them to realize kind of the error in their ways, where they went wrong in life. He's watched them, and then he's giving them a chance to redeem themselves through this task. Mm-hmm. So if you were like a thief and you were stealing all the time, he's giving you a chance to chop your hand off to save your life. Now, okay, is it right? No, it's a horror movie. Okay, everybody. No, I'm not trying to say that. That's the way you should go. But like you do find yourself in these movies kind of going like, okay, I mean, this guy's kind of a bad dude. And, you know, I don't know. I don't like the way he's doing it. But
I think the best kind of movies are like the ones that like you almost root for the villain in a weird way.
They are. Or at least you can see where the villain's coming from.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things I would say that they need to do better job of in some of these Marvel movies and Superman and Batman, especially Batman. I really felt like they could have done more to not humanize the bad guy, but I feel like they kind of still left in a lot of these movies, it kind of cartoon character, comic book bad guy. I like a bad guy that even though I don't agree with him, you understand why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
You see the darkness in him and you recognize a little bit of that darkness in yourself because you're like, I can understand what he was doing. I don't agree with it. And I still hope he loses. But the logic that he has, you go, okay, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies is like The Dark Knight. I love.
I mean,
one.
that's another one. When it comes to, in my opinion, that one changed a draw. That changed the category right there. Now my favorite movie of all time, as you know, Top Gun. All right. I mean, the original Top Gun for me just cannot be beat. I'll tell you the number 2 though. Not a lot of people think about.
Was it Fast and Furious?
Not best series of all time.
Oh,
Thank you though for recognizing that. No, actually, it is Robin Hood with Kevin Costner and Morgan Freeman. I want to say 1992 or 1994. I can't remember, but I grew up on that movie and I loved it. Kevin Costner plays Robin Hood, Morgan Freeman, like the guy who follows Robin. And it's such a beautiful movie. It's that everything I do it for you song. Bryan Adams.
Cool.
I die for you. What is it? I lie. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you.
Do you have a favorite musical? Because I actually do. It's weird.
Well, tell me. I'm trying to think. Do I have one? So
I
know what mine is.
I'm not a big musical fan.
Tell me.
But I love Blues Brothers.
Oh, classic.
Because
didn't think you were going to go there.
It's because I love like one of my things. I love car chases, like police chases.
Very nice.
Oh, so cool.
The name's just in my mind. What is it? I really did enjoy that movie. What is it? A Night in LA or a Night in?
Oh, is it La La Land or
Night? No? I thought it was like a night in something or another. A night in LA or a night in. It's. Gosh, I'm not. So forgive me. I'm not a big musical guy. So I mean, I'm not a huge fan. But you know, hey, I liked the movie.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big musical guy, but I just love Blues Brothers just because of like the car chases, the people they had. It was one of my
the annoying one to me when it comes to musicals is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka. Like that whole thing. I don't like every time they break away to some song that's kind of nerdy and I don't really get it. I just never does anything for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, okay, here we go. Like, it's like, it's not fun. I don't get it. No, whatever. People love the movie. I get the appeal, but just kind of not for me right now.
100%.
So let's go to our next story that we have right here, everybody. I'm going to go up to this one because I want to make sure I get the facts right on this. All right. There we go. We're talking about, let's talk about it, man. Eatonville, not very far from us right here, is pushing back against a massive data center, everybody. So if you've been following the show, we talk about these data centers all the time. You need more power and for your ChatGPT search than what you needed for your Google search 5 years ago. No doubt it gives you more, but we need more power in order to make this happen. And right now, there's about 4,000 of these data centers that are either functional or being built across the United States. And one of those is coming over to Eatonville. And so the thing started getting built and nobody was saying anything. But thanks to our show, wink, wink, not us, but hey, but started to kind of come out that, hold on now, this data center is going to take up a lot of water, a lot of electricity, a lot of power. Where exactly is that going to be coming from? And it's coming from the citizens of Eatonville. And so what people are noticing is that, hold on, these things are going to take an immense amount of power to run. And they're going to be taking up a lot of water. They're taking a lot of our natural resources and we're pouring into this thing. And what are we getting out of it? Because it's not like you're building a textile factory where you're going to get 200 jobs that are going to come out of this. This is going to be a standalone facility that people are going to drive by and go, what happens in there? And it's going to be a data center. And when you have that, citizens look at this and go, why is this coming to our town? They start questioning it. And I think it's a fair question that you're going to see across the country in places like Florida, Texas, Wyoming, New Mexico, places, Nebraska, where these things are going to be popping up in small towns because people go, what's in it for us? And the answer, and you pointed this out to me earlier, is, well, you want that Chat GPT search to work fast, don't you? You want that AI to pull up the decision for you on something that you ask it about, or a legal brief that you're looking for. Don't you want that to continue to happen? Well, this is the price that you've got to pay. And the citizens of Eatonville are finding that out right now, because this thing got approved. It's already being built. And now they're looking at it and going, well, I think we may have gotten the wool pulled over our eyes on this one. I don't know if we want to be the town where this is built. Now, we looked at it and we said, well, wonder why these things can't be built out in the middle of nowhere. And it kind of makes honest sense, because you need fiber optics if it's going to deliver that speed for your internet. And it can't travel any faster than the speed of light. So the quicker it is, be right there down a fiber optic to your house or to a cell tower. Those are going to be the things that affect where these things are built. But you need the natural resources in order to make it happen. So while they are being built in small towns and cities across the US, you can be damn sure that it's going to take up a lot of power, water, resources in order to make this stuff work. And as a society, this is a trade-off that we have to make, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want those fast AI searches, and you want someone to be able to tell you how to write an email in 2 seconds, then this is what we have to be prepared for. Data centers everywhere. You think it's crazy to see the Amazon centers up and down your interstate that you have? Wait till data centers start getting built everywhere. It's already happening, and the citizens of Eatonville are finding it out right now.
I find it kind of funny too, because that's literally like down the street from my house. So I've been seeing it get built for 5 or 6 years, however long it's been. But I remember a couple years ago when they first started building, I was like, oh, what is this? And didn't think much of it. Or maybe I heard it was a data center. I was like, what the heck is a data center? And now with 2026 coming around and hearing more about these data centers, I was like, oh, this is what they're building right next to down the street from my place. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yes. And we're seeing this now, and it's not the first or the last time we're going to see it. Yep. Because what happens is that politicians get put in place and people come in and they go, we're going to build a data center. And you've got local city councils that go, all right, sure, build a data center. It's going to be a lot of money for us. Or they pay the city a lot of money in order to make this happen. Not saying they pay individuals, but the city makes a lot of money. And for the average citizen, you're never going to see that money. It just goes into a budget, and then that person can go ahead and get other things that they want for the city. And you hope they do it the right way and they're good about it, and great. But then you have the person who has to go, man, you know what? Where is all the water going to come from? From a lake that maybe you fish. And while that it may sound like trivial, how much of our resources is acceptable, right? And for everybody, that number is different. For you, you may believe that all of them, I don't care, put data centers on every corner. If that's making a McDonald's based on every corner, if I can have fast internet. And then there's the other side that says none of them are acceptable and we shouldn't be doing this. And somewhere in the middle as a society, we have to figure out where that middle ground is that we can accept, because we all want to be able to live and work and improve our AI and make our internet faster and all the great things that we want that AI is going to be able to do. But to do that, we need a place where this stuff can actually come to fruition. And it's not coming to fruition in your cell phone or on screen. Where it's going to happen is going to be in these data centers. And we need the power to be able to make that happen, and the speed. So this is the trade-off that we have. And we have to find the middle ground to what's acceptable. The citizens of Eatonville are just one of many cities that is facing this exact problem right now.
Yep.
I want to move on to our fourth story of the day. And this one is coming on my radar here, but I'm kind of liking this one, Anthony, okay? Is Disney World to blame for teachers not getting a raise in Orange County? I got this story again from one of our viewers who had not gotten a raise. And I thought to myself, there's no way for this one right here. Disney's not like that, right? I don't know. So it looked like the teachers in the district around, basically, if you're not from Florida, it's around Disney World, right? The district offered a very tiny 0.93% raise, less than 1%, plus higher health insurance cost. All right. And teachers came out and said that they are not getting their money because the district is putting aside like $120 million in case they lose a lawsuit against Disney. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on, what? This can't be true. But actually it is. And just yesterday, the superintendent for schools came out and said, yeah, you know what? This money that we've had to put aside in case we lose this lawsuit to Disney is part of the reason we can't give teachers raises right now. And I want to catch everybody up on exactly how this happens. So the city goes and says, hey, Disney, we're going to assess the value of your resort here at $100 million. And thus, there's a taxable income due to the city of X amount at $100 million. Disney is suing them and saying, no, that's not worth $100 million. It's worth $50 million. So that's what we should be taxed on, the $50 million. Now, Disney has already paid their taxes on the $100 million, and they want the city to, or the county to come back and give them the refund, right? So what the county is doing is going, we don't know if we're going to lose that lawsuit. So let's put the money earmarked aside that we can't do anything about it in case we lose that lawsuit to Disney and we have to pay up. Okay. So this should make sense to everybody. The county went out, made an assessment of what Disney's buildings are worth. Disney went, all right, if that's what you say, fine, we won't put up a fight. Here's your check, take it. But then Disney went back and goes, we're going to sue you for this one, by the way. So they want to say we should be assessed lower. And for anybody out there, this is not uncommon. It's not Disney. It's anybody who owns large commercial properties. They will do this. Mm-hmm. It's part of the negotiation, in my opinion, of how it works. You see this in big cities across the country. This one is going to get more press because it's Disney, right? And everyone wants to think that Disney is just nice organization. You know what I mean? Just Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. They're all very nice and cool. Yeah. Okay. Sure. They're also billions and billions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars go to legal fees. And you've probably got hundreds of attorneys working for them to make sure that they make every bit of their money. But something rubs me the wrong way about this one, though, Anthony. When I see a county taking $120 million and putting it over to the side in case they lose, doesn't say much about their representation or how confident they are in our tax collector.
Yeah.
I want you to think about this, everybody. I mean, imagine like if you're the attorney for Disney right now and you're thinking, wonder if they think they have a strong case against us. And then you realize they're already putting the money to the side in case they lose. Yeah, you're not exactly sending a strong message that we really believe in ourselves on this one.
Like, here's the money in case we got it for you.
Yeah, we got your money in case we lose, but we're right. We're going to stand firm on our what we believe. All right, sure, gotcha. And I mean, like, it just doesn't send, in my opinion, a very good message to the court system, to their attorneys, that, man, we've got a city that's ready to fight for what we believe in. And frankly, I don't think we should. Frankly, I mean, I understand where they're coming from and that they want to probably earmark it, because I can imagine that Disney's attorneys will probably wipe the floor with the county. Like, why not? But when I look at this, I think, okay, the teachers out here, it's just what it is the county, again, is blaming somebody else for their shortcomings. And if you look at this, it's not the $120 million that may or may not be owed to Disney. What it is all the money the county has lost because people are leaving the county. They had to close 7 schools. You don't close 7 schools because of the money that's set aside. You close it because nobody wants to be in the county anymore. I want to say it was $27 million the county has lost in annual revenue because people don't want to go to school there anymore. And so I look at these teachers and I would say this: is Disney partly to blame for the reason you're not getting the raise that you deserve? Sure they are. But you know what else is to blame? It's the city. It's the county officials. It's people who aren't transparent in law enforcement, as we talked about earlier. It's a city that doesn't feel safe. It's a city with taxes that are too high and not enough value for them. It's a place where, you know what, it used to be fun to actually live in Orange County in Orlando, but then everybody's leaving, small businesses are leaving. And so people are looking at it and going, I'd rather be in Lake or Osceola. I'd rather be in Seminole. I'd rather be in Volusia. than be over here in Orange and pay the money that I'm paying. I mean, that's really who's to blame here. It's not teachers. Teachers do a fine job. A lot of the schools do a fine job. They're doing great by their kids. But when you have a city that is failing, and then you want to turn around and go, yeah, you know what? We're not giving that raise in part because of the money we've had to set aside for Disney in case we lose a lawsuit. No, you're not doing it because you have people that are flocking out of your county and don't want to go to your schools. Call a spade a spade. That's the truth. And so I like this story because I think it fits into the narrative that we're always hearing around here. There's always somebody else to blame except for officials in Central Florida. Disney this time. It's darn Disney who wants to sue us because they want more money, that greedy Disney corporation. No. What it is this is normal activity, but it gives our county a scapegoat to blame somebody. And then the real problem just gets swept under the rug. Teachers, I tell you, we'd love to give you that raise. But we've had to set aside $120 million because Disney is suing us. And if Disney would just stop suing the county, we could give the teachers their raise. I mean, it sounds like a great headline, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Sounds like something you could print on top of the Orlando Sentinel and it might get people to read, oh man, Disney is the reason that these people can't get raises. No, they're not. The reason you can't is because the county is doing such a poor job of keeping people in the county. The city's done such a crappy job of keeping people in the city. And therefore, you don't have the revenue coming in from taxes. And when you don't have that and you've got it coming in other places, then people want to go where they can actually afford to live. Hence, Lake County. That's why it's blowing up.
Yeah.
Also why they're under Republican control. But this to me is just a story that I look at and I go, okay, the dysfunction, we're putting aside money in case we lose.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, at one hand, I get it, but let me tell you, you put me in a room with people and we got to go to battle, right? I don't want to be in a foxhole. I don't want to be in a battle with people that are sitting there preparing to die. I'm looking at people going, we're going to win this thing. All right. And I don't want someone who's like, hey man, like, can you make sure that my wife gets this, like this note I want to do? Like, you're not, no, man, we're in this battle right now. I don't want someone who's given up already. Mm-hmm. No, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. Just Disney, you're doing what you always do. It's your right to go and ask for more money. I like the fact that Disney just pays it and then Disney takes care of it in the court system afterwards. Brutal. Man, yeah, these guys, they ain't messing around.
We got a lot of money. We'll just pay for it now and we'll get it back later.
Yeah, they're like, Disney's like, sure, here you go, no problem. And then it's been going on since 2015.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, they've been every year. Disney's just racking up a bill, and Disney's probably just sitting there. You know what? So it's brilliantly smart, no doubt, brilliant by Disney. All right, I mean, you got to admit now the county's coming back with their lame marketing. Oh, it's Disney's fault. It ain't Disney's fault. Stop with it. Get me in there. I can show you all some marketing, okay, county? You got to message yourself better, everybody. Did you send me that picture?
Yeah.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
I got to look at it because I can't get it wrong. Are you going to chime in on this one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody. Here we go to end our day. If you can't see on, let me see if I can put this on the live feed. I should. Let me just download it real quick, and I'll put it on the live feed over here, and I'll share it. I want to share this one with you. If you haven't seen this right now, I'm going to put it up. There is what do you call this? This would be just like a photo?
Like which way or who has the right of way?
Yeah, here we go. So if you can see your screen right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, this has been making its way around the internet, and we had to chime in on this one. Who has the right of way at the four-way stop? If you can't see us right now and you're just listening to us, you've got a black SUV. I assume that that's the president. All right. There's nothing about the black SUV. It's just the president. So let's go with that. It's Secret Service. You've got a fire truck with lights on. You've got an ambulance with lights on, and you've got a police vehicle with lights on. Who has the right of way at the four-way stop? Anthony, are you going first?
Oh, I think number 3, because they got to go save someone, man. Oh, gosh. But that's just me.
You're going 3. I'm going 4 on mine. I think 4 has the right of way. 1, definitely not. Okay. 2, I'm thinking it depends on where they're going. But if it's like, I see too many fire trucks responding to things that are not emergencies to put them at number 1. Right.
Then again, I've seen a lot of police officers put their lights on for no emergencies too.
I get it. I get it. So now I don't want to be that person though that says we have to establish ground rules and all that for the debate, because my only thought was I assumed in this one that everybody was going to some kind of life. I don't know. They were going to save a life in some way. And I was thinking that number 3, you're saving one life on that one. But number 4, you could save multiple lives on with number 4. So I went number 4 for that reason. But there's no guarantee with 4 that the life gets saved. With 3, it would appear to me that they either got the person or they're going to get the person. So we're going after it. Number 1, though, get rid of number 1.
Yeah,
sorry, I don't care what. I don't care about your life. You don't get more meaning to your life because of who you are. Like, you don't have lights on or anything. I get the fact that people are going, oh, it's Secret Service, all that stuff.
They can wait.
The president can wait. All right, like let the police car go, or let the ambulance or the fire truck, depending on who you are. But who has the right of way here? I mean, lights are going. I don't know. Actually, I do. It's number 4.
What? No, it's number 3.
As I cough over here, maybe I need the ambulance to come for me right now.
Oh, see, now you wouldn't have that ambulance.
I think I can confidently say after our show today, number 4 might be coming for me.
That's true.
After our show today, that'd be bad. But yeah, I might need number 1's protection after we do this. But I'll tell you what, everybody, it's been a pleasure. It's a great show today. I know it was intense in the beginning, but intense for a reason. We appreciate you joining us so much here and listen to us have a little fun in the middle of the day. We're going to get back to making some money and making things happen around here at Blue Collar Media Group. So I'm coughing. Have a great Thursday. I can't even get through. What am I trying to say? We'll see you tomorrow. Patrick Carr Show. It'll be a Friday episode. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Oh, I can't talk.
Oh, good.